Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We have a list of 9 properties today, and I flossed, so I feel the mouth feels good right now. I don't floss very often. I should. Anyway, let's talk about some homes. So 292 Wilson. I mentioned yesterday, condo townhouses tend to sell for like 420, 450 if they're in good shape. This one has 2 things that may hold it back. The first one is the baseboard electric heat, which especially in Ontario right now can be very, very expensive, more expensive than gas. The other thing is it doesn't have a garage, which actually creates a more open layout on the main floor. It's not an L shape around the garage, but it's just surface parking. So there's no covered space for the car, which also has a negative effect on value. I could still see this one going for more than 4. And if you look inside, man, I tell you, if you like the Edmonton Oilers, there's a lot of orange and there's a lot of blue, especially blue, everywhere. Blue in the living room, blue in the kitchen, blue in the staircase and the bedrooms and the bathrooms. And there's a pole coming through this bathroom. I'm not going to make a stripper joke right now. And there's blue in the basement. It's so much blue, it reminds me of this song.
I have a blue house with a blue window. Blue is the color I found that I wear.
So 98 Kendall, it's a Heathwood home. So they tend to sell for more, I would say, per square foot than like a Mattamy house. $599. The pictures are abysmally bad. And it's a shame because it's a pretty nice home, but it's just like, oh, it's just awful. It's terrible. I think there's a printer in the corner here, which is not what you want to do in terms of staging a home. It's really, really bad. Like this is easily top 5 of the worst pictures of the year. And the thing is, there's nothing else on the market right now. There's like 2 or 3 other options. So this is likely going to sell in multiple offers for a decent price. Despite the horrendous impression you get online. So May 8th, 2017, that's usually an important day. When you see something like 30 days or to TBA, which is to be advised, then not as much of a hint. But when you see May 8th, it's pretty much a guarantee that they have a next step in mind and they've already bought a home. So giving that date might help with the offer, because there's really 4 things that a seller looks for, like in a multiple offer. And if you think like this as a buyer, you start to kind of look at your strategy differently. The first one is the highest price, makes sense. Second one is closing. They want the right closing. The third is no conditions, right? So a condition provides certainty for a buyer. It provides uncertainty for a seller, because a buyer could look at a light switch and say, well, it doesn't work. So, I don't like what the home inspection said. So that's the third thing. And the fourth thing is a check in hand, because when you have no conditions and a check in hand, that sold sign goes up that night. That deal is done. You've got the deposit, the consideration for the deal. You have nothing holding the deal back. You have the highest price and the best closing. That's how you win a multiple offer. Now, we've seen on a very regular basis that the 1,800 square foot single car garages are going like $850, $860, $870, all the way up to $911 is the highest sale of this floor plan, this model. And so inside, it looks like an 8-foot ceiling. This home makes a big, it's totally different when you have the 9-foot ceilings. That's the front living room, and then you have your dining, family room, and kitchen all set up towards the back of the home, and 3 bedrooms. And it says +1, so I don't know if that +1 is the bedroom in the basement. It probably is. There is a 3-bedroom plus a loft. There's a 4-bedroom. There's 3 plus laundry. There's all kinds of different ways to set this second floor up in this home, but it does look like it's probably referring to the basement. This one could sell for $100K more than what it's listed for. Now, this one on the canvas looks very nice. Finished basement, about 25 something square feet. Train tracks right there. That would be the one thing that's probably the downside. There's also a trail that walks through here. So if you're in your dining room, you're probably looking at people walking by. It does end up being a wider lot. It's a 51-foot lot. This is a standard 36-foot property. So $899 could be the price that unlocks this one. And things like busy streets, train tracks used to matter. They don't seem to matter anymore. In today's market, it's just like a home on Lederman, which is a busy road that I just talked about, doesn't seem to sell for any less than a home on, another quiet street coming off Lederman with probably, 5% of the traffic. Now, this is really cool. This is something we don't see every day on Daily Homes. So you have on 6th line, so Campbellville and 6th, and that's 6th line Nassagaweya, or Gawaya. I never know how to say that. Anyway, $3.9 million. You can buy yourself a 9-hole executive golf club with a restaurant and a pub that seats 160 people. So you could have weddings at your house. Plus a 9-unit rental building. 9 units alone. I don't know what they rent for, but I mean, it's got to be more than $600-700. The amount of land here, 37 acres. This is really cool. This is something that I just think is like, you win the lottery, and I'm working with a lottery winner, by the way, but you win the lottery and it's like, boom, there it is. It's just, that's the dream right there. Very cool. So that is officially the first time we've profiled a golf course on Daily Homes. We've had others where there's been massive ponds like former quarries and things like that, but first time for a 9-hole golf course. So have a great day, and if you want to see anything in today's list, reach out to us at 905-693-9346, or you can reply to the email, and we'll see you tomorrow.